All right, here we go. So, do you want to see what absolutely screwed looks like? So, this is the deck that my opponent was playing. This is a very powerful deck. Very powerful. So, they're playing Mitsurushi Raizio. Now, really powerful deck. And they also have the evenly match in their deck. So, they had pretty much everything they needed to cook. So, let's see how the match actually went. All right, so of course I get to go first. And I got a okay hand. I don't really have a crazy hand, but it'll work. This is full combo. It's gonna be a Frankenstein kind of combo where I'm gonna have to pull something out of my ass, but hey, it's full combo. And when I say full combo, I mean like insane combo. And I'll count off these interruptions as they happen so you know and you'll understand what I'm doing. For one, I got the combo started, got the pieces that I need in my hand to basically do the normal Mitsurushi combo right now. So we're going to summon out Mirakumo. So Mirakumo is 2 interruptions. Basically, it's a kind of Omni Negate slash discard. You can discard to prevent the Omni Negate. Otherwise, it is a Omni Negate. And then it also is a field wiper. So it can basically wipe the entire field. And then I'll just keep counting off interruptions. So that's 2 so far. And that way you can understand how many interruptions I'm putting out onto the field. And then I'll also tell you about future interruptions that you don't even see on the field that happens from the graveyard. So we'll have prayers. We have prayers in our hand right now. So that'll be 3 interruptions. I'm going to activate this ritual right here, do a search. And we're not counting Droll and Imperm as interruptions because they're cards that are going to be hand traps that aren't part of the combo, but they will be considered interruptions for the match. But I'm just saying stuff that I'm setting up in this combo. Purification, that is another interruption right there because that's an Omni Negate. So that's 4 interruptions. That's 5 right there with Hope Harbinger. 6 if you count the attack deflection. So that's 6 interruptions right there. And I'm only counting stuff that stops plays from my opponent. So not necessarily stuff that'll be like summons that'll happen during my opponent's turn or anything like that. And we're at 6 so far, right? That's 7 interruptions right there. So that'll be an attack that'll get reduced to 0. Flamberge will also do some stuff, but we're not going to count it as an interruption during their turn. IP Masquerade is definitely going to make something on their turn. We're not going to count that though. But we will say that IP Masquerade, when it summons on their turn, it's going to make a 4 material Appaloosa. So we're going from 7 interruptions to 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 interruptions. Promethean Princess will make 12. Because it's a pop from the graveyard. The Amblo will make, 13 interruptions? Because that'll pop from the grave. Of course, Moon of the Closed Heavens is going to make us a Wave King Caesar. Plus, it'll also be a graveyard interruption. So we're at 12, so 13, 14 with Wave King Caesar, 15 interruptions with the Fiendsmith and Paradise Trap. So we're talking about 15 interruptions so far. And trust me, there will be more. There's Wave King Caesar right there. Now, of course, if I was their opponent, I would leave right here too, because this is pretty much where they scoop. So that's 15 interruptions that have happened so far, and I'm still not done with this combo. This combo has so much more left. 15 interruptions that would happen. Could you imagine trying to play through that shit? Now, it'll also search for two board breakers or set up two board breakers for the next turn after. One would be once I link off everything with IP Masquerena, Flamberge is going to summon out Snake Eye Ash and Poplar. Ash is going to search for Kurakara, which is a board breaker. It's kind of like a Kaiju effect that basically kills everything that summons on my opponent's side of the field. It won't be an interruption on their turn, but it'll be a board breaker for my turn, and it gets set up throughout the play. Also, this card right here, if you count it as an interruption, when they summon, it'll allow me to summon something. So technically, it's kind of an interruption because it happens in between their plays, but we will only say 15 interruptions happen in this particular combo so far. I have set up 15 things that'll happen. And then if you count the stuff in my hand, this will be 16 interruptions, and this will be 17 interruptions right there. If you count the searches that happen in between all of the combo as interruptions, I mean, we got 17 interruptions so far that actually can stop things from happening. 17 things that can stop stuff. All right, so let's just, so my opponent quits right here. And that's just the stuff that stops things from happening. That's not including the searches. That's not including the summons that happen because they summon. Like, that's not including any of that stuff as interruptions. Because when they summon something, Flamberge will be able to summon because of the Divine Temple. And then once Flamberge summons, it can summon IP. Then on top of that, I could also summon to set up with the Fiendsmith at any time, whenever I want to. I can do those. So if you count those as interruptions, if you count the other searches that happen with the Murakumos and all of that stuff as interruptions, all of that stuff happens too. Those are searches. So there are multiple interruptions. Like, hey, it's over 20 for sure, but 15 things that can stop things from happening. 15 stopping interruptions. And this is the deck that I was playing right here. Now, there is one thing that I would like to say. There's one card in here that if you play this deck and you want to do the combo like I just did, and you want to do the stuff that I was doing, this card right here, this Snake Eyes Doom Dragon, I have never gone into this card, not one time since I've been playing this deck. Never got to the point where I needed it. This is more of a grind more card in this deck. Like, if they deal with your Divine Temple, and I put this card in my deck because I ran into this issue one game and it didn't matter because I still mopped the floor with the dude that I was playing without even needing it. But I put it in because I couldn't get my Flamberge and IP Masquerena off the field. So what happened was my opponent activated Harpy's Feather Duster after I had already negated with Hope Harbinger. It literally wiped everything off my back row, and I ended up getting Flamberge in the back row with Poplar, I believe. And when it got put in the back row, somehow I ended up getting another monster in my back row. I don't know how. I ended up getting in the back row afterwards, and I just needed to clear them, and I couldn't clear them. This card would have cleared it. So yeah, this was the one And once I put it in the deck, I was like, fuck, I've never gone into it. I've never needed it. Even that game, I didn't need it. I won the game still because I had a shit ton of other interruptions. Like, it's a 15 interruption deck, but it has so much follow up. For one, you constantly gain advantage and draw follow up even when your opponent's trying to play through your board. And if you want, I can actually show y'all what I mean. Like, I could make that combo and show you what I mean. I've made a video for it previously before. So if you are interested in seeing that combo done completely, and I'll take this card out and put something else in that'll like fit that category better, that'll probably work better with the deck anyways, and then that way you can see. I mean, I don't know what I would put in its place. I'm thinking something fire, so then that way Promethean Princess is always live. Promethean Princess will be live no matter what. So you need a fire on field, but you'll have that. When they summon something, you'll have a fire on field. Like, it's so hard for them to clear your board of everything. The only chance that player really had when you look at his deck was the 2 evenly match. I didn't really have anything to deal with 2 of them. I had something to deal with 1, which would have been the Great Purification. Stop the first one, and then he would have had to drop the second one. If he did anything else, so 15 interruptions, every time he summoned something, basically I send it to the graveyard. If he started off with Mirrorlogical Aggregator, I could basically, he would have to chain block the X. Otherwise, I would just negate X and he wouldn't get his search. And sure, he might have had more Ryziels and been able to summon them, but if he didn't chain block X, I send it to the field from the field to the graveyard anyways. I could just pop it, and then he would have to negate something with Mirrorlogical Aggregator. What does he negate? If I got so many interruptions on the field, if it's Appaloosa, which would happen after he summons X, because I can't summon Appaloosa until he summons something. And then I also have 2 special summon negates, so he would have to get past those. If he activates something from the hand that reveals that he's going to special summon, I can negate him with Wave King Caesar. If he summons something onto the field, Fiendsmith in Paradise, I can just send it to the graveyard. Or I could Promethean Princess pop it. If he gets past Caesar. And then Mirrorlogical Aggregator, if he stops Caesar, hey, listen, I still go into Promethean Princess. Not Promethean, but I still go into Appaloosa. If he stops Appaloosa from coming to the field, if he Mirrorlogical Aggregators IP Masquerena or something, like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what he stops. Like, I still have plays for days. I can continue to make plays. I still have this, I can stop his cross from happening. I could just grab it with Hope Harbinger, and then he can never use cross again because it removes it when it negates it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he would do, if I'm being honest. Like, pretty much shut his whole board down, and he wouldn't be able to do anything. So yeah. I can't even think of a way he could have actually beat this board that I put up. Like, even if I wasn't trying and I just negated and popped everything that summoned, like, I still would cook that dude. So yeah.